2020 has been a unique year for all sorts of reasons. It is the year in which we celebrate the 200th anniversary of the birth of Florence Nightingale, the year of the nurse and midwife, and the culmination of the Nursing Now campaign, a campaign which focuses on the role of nurses and midwives in improving health. Central to these celebrations is an exhibition in the Ulster Museum, which celebrates the legacy of Florence Nightingale and the contribution Northern Ireland's nurses and midwives have made to our health and well-being.
I want to take this opportunity to thank you for your resilience, dedication and professionalism during this pandemic. We are grateful for everything that you're doing and for the sacrifices that I know that you're making. Coronavirus has meant that even the best laid plans have had to be altered or adapted, but I'm pleased that this exhibition will go ahead, albeit in a different format. We are blessed with a workforce that represents our diverse communities, providing highly skilled care and compassion to patients and their families. So stay safe, look after each other and enjoy the exhibition.
Florence Nightingale was born in 1820. From an early age, she believed that nursing was her vocation. Despite family reservations, she went to Germany to learn nursing skills and the value of good hospital organisation. The Crimean War, which began in 1853, was to change her life, and ours. At the request of Sidney Herbert, Secretary for War, she took a team of nurses out to Scutari and revolutionised the conditions in the military hospital. Through her reforms, she lessened the cases of cholera, typhus and dysentery, diseases which were killing many soldiers.
In Ireland, innovators in nursing and healthcare sought Nightingale's advice, and Nightingale nurses were instrumental in establishing the hospital and care system we are so reliant on today. Florence Nightingale was a prolific writer. Her collection in the British Library is the second largest after that of Gladstone. She also had a love of mathematics. Her statistical studies were vital to her work, and she was the first woman to be admitted to the Royal Statistical Society in 1858.
In times of crisis and conflict, health professionals have been at the forefront, just as they are today in fighting the COVID-19 pandemic. Yet for all its destructive power, war, as in Florence Nightingale's time, has brought significant advances in clinical practice. Nurses from Northern Ireland served in both of the World Wars and left a lasting legacy. Nurses and midwives have helped our society through incredibly painful times. During the Northern Ireland Troubles, nurses were on the front line, caring for casualties of gunfire and bomb explosions. Despite many painful experiences, they provided good quality care to all those caught up in the conflict, and were part of teams that developed techniques in the management of trauma that were used in a variety of other settings.
In 1860, Florence Nightingale laid the foundation for nursing and midwifery education with the establishment of her nursing school at St Thomas's Hospital in London, the first secular nursing school in the world. Today in Northern Ireland, our three universities deliver a range of excellent undergraduate and postgraduate programmes to nursing and midwifery students.
Nursing has developed extensively over the last 20 years, with more specialisation, more independent practice, and a renewed emphasis on rehabilitation and working with patients and their families to avoid illness and manage conditions at home. Nurses continuously adopt new ways of working. To quote Florence Nightingale, "Nursing is a progressive art, such that to stand still is to go backwards."
For centuries, men and women have provided medical and nursing support to those who have been caught up in war or conflict. Despite all its horrors, war has often been the mother of invention. The interchange and sharing of ideas and skills across the military-civilian interface has contributed to better healthcare. Right now, learning from managing Ebola in Africa is being used in controlling the COVID-19 pandemic.
Florence Nightingale contributed to the establishment of training for midwives as well as nurses. Midwifery practice has developed over the past 100 years, responding to societal and birthing changes. Today, there are 9 midwifery-led units in Northern Ireland, and midwives continue to combine both the technical and relationship skills required to deliver an outstanding service to women.
The Florence Nightingale Foundation has worked with the Department of Health and a coalition of nursing and midwifery organisations to give an insight into the past and present work of these health professionals. Working in partnership with National Museums Northern Ireland and Redhead Exhibitions, this digital tour has been created to share highlights from the exhibition with you. Just as Florence Nightingale wrote to a local nurse with advice and encouragement over 100 years ago, we'd like to use this opportunity to express our gratitude of our nurses, midwives, and all those who work in health and social care. I want to thank you for all that you have done and for all that you will do in the coming days, months and years.